everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Reality of Wrestling. My name is Brad Gilmore. I'm joined as always by the historian, Mr. Kirby Carrion, and of course, the face and the voice of The Reality of Wrestling, Mr. Abel Andrew Jackson. We have an incredible night of action ahead of you in our main event. The tag team specialists known as Fly Def go one-on-one with La Familia for the third time, and you would have to think the winner of that match will be in line for a Reality Wrestling Tag Team Championship opportunity against the champions, Culture Inc. But also, Kirby Carrion, in our opening contest, we have Jay Alexander defending his first defense of the Reality Wrestling Texas Championship.
I'm excited to see how that match goes down because, as we all know, it's not about how you win the championship, it's about how you keep retaining it. And today is going to be his first test to see if he can even retain that championship. And we're going to find out soon.
We'll find out in our opening contest, and also what promises to be can't-miss television, Gaspar Hernandez in his second outing here in Reality of Wrestling, flanked by Booker T, the Hall of Famer. This is going to be something that people can't miss, Abel.
This guy is amazing. This guy is money. This guy is so big, so strong, so dominant, and to have the knowledge, the power that Booker T's bringing and pouring inside of him, I'm afraid to see what's going to happen.
I'm afraid as well. Sky's the limit for Gaspar Hernandez. All that and more this week here on The Reality of Wrestling. We get started with our Texas Championship match right now. Welcome to another edition of The Reality of Wrestling. We're excited to start off tonight's broadcast with a huge championship match. The brand new Texas champion defending.
Introducing first, from Houston, Texas, the purveyor of punishment, Jay Alexander.
Jay Alexander has been recently crowned the brand new Reality of Wrestling Texas champion. After that title was vacated, there was a tournament that concluded that saw Jay Alexander versus Aiden Cristiano. Of course, Jay, now the champion. Impressive in his young career. I'm joined, of course, by Kirby Carrion, the historian, and Abel Andrew Jackson, the face and voice of the Reality of Wrestling. And Abel, I'm going to start off with you. Jay Alexander, meteoric rise, but this is his first championship defense. You've had to defend a title before. What do you think, if you had to give him some advice, what would be your advice?
My advice to him right now, which this guy is amazing, and like I said, I see nothing but gold in his future, even though he's carrying some right now. I see more and more. The advice I would give him is run over everybody. Don't give him a chance.
Hey, that's really good advice, Kirby Carrion. This is a first defense. They also say it's one thing to win the title, it's another to defend it. But Booker T has said that championship gives you a new level of confidence. What do you think Jay Alexander's mindset is tonight?
He's got to come out guns blazing. As Abel Andrew Jackson said, he's got to come out and he's got to run through people. And that's what he's done before. To get to the championship, you can't change your style at all. There's a reason you became champion. Once you start changing, then you kind of run the risk of possibly losing that championship.
All right, here's our opening bell. It is Jay Alexander versus New Orleans' own Austin Jackson. We've seen Austin Jackson before. This is a major opportunity for him to cash in. But right now, Jay Alexander, oh my gosh. And the purveyor of punishment living up to his alias, Abel Andrew Jackson, early in the match, using his strength advantage.
I agree. That's what he has to do. He has to come in. He has to dominate. And now that he has the championship, he got to let everybody know that he's not the one.
Yeah, absolutely. He is not the one to be messed with inside the squared circle. Side headlock right there by Jay Alexander. It looks like Austin Jackson trying to shoot him off, but very smart strategy, dropping down to one knee, not allowing Austin Jackson any room right now for offense, Kirby.
No room whatsoever right now. And here we see the crowd getting behind Austin Jackson right now. But that's not going to, I don't think that's going to be enough to overtake the power of Jay Alexander.
Well, right now, Austin Jackson trying to find just a ray of sunshine to get something in there. Oh. Big shoulder block, huge shoulder block from the Texas champion. And look at that, just right back on him, Abel.
That's smart right there. You see that? I mean, this guy is still very new to the business, but that was a veteran move that he did.
Oh, look at that. And Jay Alexander saying this might be all she wrote for Austin Jackson. Oh, wait. Austin going for a big shot there. Kick to the solar plexus from Jay Alexander, looking for an Irish whip into the corner. Oh, my goodness. And now, belly to belly, overhead suplex. Sends him flying. Does Jay Alexander. And I think he's looking to finish it. Big old spine buster cover. One. No. Nonchalant cover. Turns him over. Has him hooked.
Here we go. He calls this the deal breaker, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that might have solidified his first defense. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and still your Texas champion, Jay Alexander. Well, there he is, Abel. You said he had to run right through people. You can't do much better than that.
And that's exactly what he has to do. He has to put everybody on notice that, hey, I didn't win this championship by accident.
Absolutely. The purveyor of punishment lives up to his name, inflicting it on really the underdog in this match, Austin Jackson. But the story is, who can stop somebody who's on a roll like that, Kirby?
I don't think there's anybody close to being on that level of Jay Alexander right now, especially after that devastating deal breaker. It has put everybody out so far, and Austin Jackson just another name on that list.
Really? Really? Vega! Vega! Vega, wake up! Man, hey. What are you doing sleeping right now? Man, we got a match tonight with Fly Dev. You're over here sleeping. You know what? That's your problem. All you're doing is sleeping on everything we're doing.
Hey, stop. Stop. Man. Why are you yelling?
Why are you sleeping?
Why am I sleeping?
You should need to
I'm getting ready mentally.
Mentally?
I wasn't sleeping, okay? I had my eyes closed. I was meditating.
You snore when you're awake?
I wasn't snoring. That was my mantra.
Okay, yeah, mantra. Look, you got new gear, right?
Yeah.
You're not even wearing it. We got to go out there in like 45 minutes.
We got this.
That's your problem, man. You always think we got things. We know Fly Dev. They know us.
Exactly.
You understand that? You understand that? They know.
You understand.
We need to come at this whole thing with a different game plan. Okay? Now, while I go think about that game plan, why don't you sit here and change? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that. I'm not a child.
Child. Hurry up and get changed!
All right.
Well, we're going to welcome to the commentary table Andrew Jackson, somebody who is a champion here at the Reality of Wrestling. Edge Stone recapturing that Reality of Wrestling Television Championship by defeating the man who could not be stopped, the Savage King. We welcome to the commentary table Mr. Edge Stone. Pleasure to have you join us, champ.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. How are y'all? It's a happy new year, ain't it?
And yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Happy New Year, and we're about to watch something that, you know what, I don't think any of us are exactly ready for. Let's go to it right now. Well, a big debut on the horizons for an upcoming talent that we've seen here at the Reality of Wrestling, Tracey Moore. Tracey Moore is going to be making his Reality of Wrestling debut, and there he is right there. Both of you have been in his position before. I'm going to start with you, Edge Stone. What was going through your mind the night that you debuted in the Reality?
I was nervous. I was shaking. I swear, I could not think straight. This crowd had me so nervous.
And I echo that to you, Abel Andrew Jackson. Do you remember your debut at the Row?
My debut was, I have to steal it, electric. It was, I was so on fire.
His opponent, being accompanied to the ring by Booker T from Houston, Texas, Gaspar Hernandez.
And there he is, a man who made an electric debut just a few short weeks ago. Gaspar Hernandez, who has almost become the pupil, the student, the mentee of one Booker T, the two-time Hall of Famer. I mean, this is the first time you've been able to see him in person. Look at the size of Gaspar.
Wow, I mean, this guy is very impressive. And to have Booker T as your mentor? Oh my God.
Sky might be the limit. This is the guy that you've been hearing about, Edge Stone. I'm sure that you've maybe brushed shoulders with him at some point. Tell me, are you impressed by what you've seen thus far, even though it's only been one match?
Look at this guy. It's not every day I have to look at somebody, I'm like, wow, this guy is towering over other opponents. This guy looks great. He's big. He looks strong. I am so excited to see what's about to happen.
All right, you know what? It's a big moment for Tracey Moore, but I feel a little sorry for him as our opening bell here comes. This is not the way you want to make a debut. Just completely giving up the size and strength.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Can feel that one from here.
Oh! There it is, and of course, I know you always have to be ready for all challengers, Edge Stone. Everyone always wants to come for that Reality Wrestling Television Championship. And God in heaven.
Oh, that's some strength right there.
I would say that's a real good description.
I don't know if I can say this or not, but this guy looks like a jacked up John Wick.
A jacked up John Wick.
Well, we all know how it worked out for everybody else in that movie.
Yeah, it's working out the same for Tracey Moore, who's now just picked up. Oh my gosh.
That shook the arena.
It did shake the arena. Look at Booker T. Booker T giving signals.
Tracey can't take much more of this, right?
This might be all she wrote.
Oh.
Tracey Moore. Oh! Better luck on your next debut. Cover 1, 2, and a 3. Gaspar Hernandez.
That was impressive.
And you know, I've known Booker T for a real long time, and I've never really seen this side of Book. Look at him. Booker's telling him to get Tracey Moore out of the ring, and there he goes.
Jesus. That's unnecessary, man. This is ridiculous. He already won.
He did win, and look at that. Look at that pep talk right there.
Hold up, is it unnecessary? You have to think about this guy. Booker is rearing this guy, and he has to teach this guy to be a monster. That's why you're watching.
Look at the size of him. He's already a monster. Look at the size of me. I'm a big dude. You don't see me throwing out guys after I already beat him. That's just unnecessary. That's a bully.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Me? Really? You feeling tough, big guy?
Oh my gosh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Do we need to move?
This is not what we had planned here. Hold on here. Whoa. Edge Stone, Gaspar Hernandez, Booker T having a verbal joust. Woo. Gaspar Hernandez victorious. And our television champion, thank you for joining us, Edge. I'm sorry that you had to see all that, but we appreciate you anyway. You are the champ. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And from one ex-champ to a current champ, you do have a red target on your chest. I know you do, man.
Accepts all challenges. Oh, my gosh.
Hi, Will. May we have a moment of your time?
Yeah.
So you just retained your Reality of Wrestling Championship against Camp Cole, and there was a little bit of controversy in the match itself. Would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'd like to comment on that. You know why? Because I was going to do exactly what I said I was going to do. I was going to kick Cam's head off, and I was going to put him at the back of the line. And now I know he's going to utilize that. He's going to go to Booker. He's going to whine and cry to management, and he's going to try to finagle himself into a rematch of some sort. That's for another day. Right now, we have business ahead of us, don't we, Haley? Who's that business pertain with? Mysterious Q. Mysterious Q. You won the #1 contenders match the week before, and you didn't have to interject yourself in that match, but now I'm starting to figure out why you did that. Because the last time you and I were in the ring, what happened? That's right, I whooped your ass, didn't I? Yeah, and I know I had my problems with you in the past, but now I got you figured out. I don't need to change my game plan. All I need to do is be the main event. All I need to do is be all damn day, Will all day. They're going to stop calling you the franchise, Q. and they're going to start calling you Mysterious Who?
And here we go. She is back inside the World Gym Arena, the former Diamonds champion, one of the most popular performers that we've ever had walk into the role. AQA is back, Gable Andrew Jackson.
Wow, I am so excited to have this young lady back in reality of wrestling. I mean, she's been out there tearing up the scene. You know what she's done, and I'm so excited to see what she's going to do.
And now she has that Cherry Martel classic in her sights. We're going to go to Brittany Houghton.
Make a return and right here at Reality of Wrestling, baby. Now, it has been mentioned we are kicking off next month the inaugural Sherry Martel Women's Classic, and as Chris said, you are going to be a part. What can we expect from you? What you can expect from me is what you've always seen, and that's for me to show up and show out. Come and do what I do like nobody else can. That's what AQA is going to do. But there are some interesting names that have been thrown into the hat. You see, there's so many people who are going to be in this tournament, and I can't take any of them lightly. You got the Rebel Buddhist, Promise Braxton's ring. Then you got the new up-and-comers, Charity Kane, Danny B. You got the Renaissance woman, Hayani, you got Rachel Rose, you got the Party Unicorn herself, Lady Luck. Who knows who can show up? Maserati, got charisma, Athena, Valkyrie, Heather Monroe. The names, the list doesn't stop. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But at the end of the day, let me tell you something straight, hot off the press. Mine, I don't know which one of your favorites ass I'm about to kick, but I'm going to do it. I am going to return to reality of wrestling. I'm going to take over this tournament, and then I'm going to get some gold around my waist once again. This is the year of AQA, baby. Watch me shine.
Well, there you have it. AQA returns. She has returned, Kirby Carry On, and it sounds like she's calling her shot in the Sherry Martel Classic.
AQA is one of the most decorated women we have on the entire roster. She's done it all. She won the first ever women's cage match. She could very well be the one that wins the very first ever Sherry Martel Classic.
Row Nation, Haley Danielle here backstage with the Rebel Buddhist, Promise Braxton. Now, Promise, we wanted to get your thoughts on the return of AQA, an old rival of yours.
You want to know what I really think about AQA? You really want to know what I think about AQA? I don't. She's an afterthought. I've beaten AQA before and I could do it again. So if Ro wants to give her the red carpet, do it. I'm not afraid. I'm not intimidated. I've been carrying this division for the last 2 years. And it's a different ball game now. She doesn't know what's going to hit her. And at the Sherry Martel Classic, that goes for everyone. Any woman, Ro or not, that thinks they're about to come and step on my territory, they don't call me a rebel for a reason, and they don't call me a Buddhist for a reason. And I will break anyone and everyone that steps in my way. And that is, you know my name, I promise.
Jay, super impressive performance tonight against Austin Jackson. Can we get your thoughts really quickly on the match?
My thoughts on the match? My thoughts on the match, well, I'd say match, but I mean, what match really was it? I mean, we saw how fast I put him down. I mean, I'm not gonna rip him a new one or anything. He's a good kid, right? tried some things. He knows a thing or two. But at the end of the day, I'm the champ. Jay Alexander. The reality of wrestling, Texas champion. I don't need a rookie. I need the best that Texas has to offer. I need the best the nation has to offer. I need some actual contendership. Austin Jackson, he's alright. But I need the best.
Months ago, when I tapped out Tommy Bolton in Dayton, I thought I'd never see him again. He'd be just like everyone else. And then you came back, Tommy. Good for you, man. I'm real proud of you. You got better. You improved. The mistake you made is getting back in my way. You got one over on me in round 2. But the problem is this is a 3-round fight. We're talking about trilogies. We're talking about the Vulture and the Magician. And now you have lined up across the ring from me more focused than I've ever been. The holes in my shoes didn't come from relaxing. They didn't come from being complacent. They came from hard work. And now you, my friend, you have but one choice, and that is to tap out one more time and leave yourself in my wake.
My name is Nathan Wasser, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I came down here to Reality of Wrestling to improve my training and get myself more experience learning from the absolute best. It's intense, it's hard. You gotta leave your ego at the door and come in with an open mind. The way they do stuff here is the next level. But if you do that, you'll end up bettering yourself in the end, and you'll improve. And to be able to work anywhere.
Nathan, he's an unbelievably awesome student. I'll tell you why, right? For a few reasons. Number one, the man packed up all the way from the Great White North to move down here to the U.S. to train because he wanted to learn from one of the best. But what's even more impressive, on top of the fact that he takes care of his body, he works hard, is the fact that he was trained by a very reputable trainer and yet still comes down here humble, hungry, ready to work and ready to learn, and not coming in here acting like he knows everything or that he's too rigid in his ways.
Booker's knowledge will help you get to whatever goals you want to do if you want to be a big star in this industry. My end goal is to be in WWE. Coming down here to Reality of Wrestling, I feel is the best opportunity for me to get there, so I'm going to do whatever it takes. I can promise you, when you come to Reality of Wrestling, it will change your life. You will not regret it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Reality of Wrestling. Of course, Brad Gilmore here, joined by Kirby Carrion and Abel Andrew Jackson, the face of the Reality of Wrestling. And we are mere moments away from our main event this week on the program, which will see the tag team in action. Tag team action in our main event. Fly Def, the newly reunited Fly Def, is going against La Familia, who, as of late, Kirby Carrion, haven't had the best communication between the two of them.
Not at all. They try to go into singles careers and now they're trying to come back together. And against Fly Def, they're currently 0-2. So one has to wonder, I mean, the betting favorites have got to be Fly Def. But anything can happen on any given night.
And Fly Def making their return a few months back here at Reality of Wrestling, one of the most dynamic tag teams in the history of this company. They now try to get another opportunity at those tag team titles. A win here must mean the world for Fly Def.
Most definitely. I mean, these guys fell off. They got their mojo. They got their mojo, baby, back together. And now I see them going for it. I mean, I think they're unstoppable. They're unbeatable right now. But we shall see.
And we are going to be joined by a representative from Culture Inc., Mr. Nick Holiday, here for our main event here on Reality Wrestling. It starts right now. Well, here is Fly Def who thought they were going to be the Reality Wrestling Tag Team Champions until not only Culture Inc. was here. You know, Nick Holiday, your presence is always felt at ringside, whether verbally or otherwise. I mean, what do you think of Fly Def and the ending to y'all's championship encounter?
I think Fly Def is exactly who we said they are. Yes, the Royal Originals here at Reality Wrestling, one of the longest tenure tag teams here, one of the most decorated tag teams here, but we already know who they are. They're Cinderella. They get all dressed up, and then they want to go to the ball, and the clock strikes midnight, and they turn back into the pumpkins that they are.
That's some strong words right there, Kirby Carry-On. We see Warren Johnson not taking his eyes off of you, Nick Holiday. Kirby Carry-On, of course, we know the pedigree that is Fly Def. Now that they have back reunited, they are exactly in the position that they expected to be. You a big fan of accordion music, Holiday?
I can dig it. I can dig it. Like I said, it keeps everybody woke, keeps something new, something fresh. I like that a lot. I love Familia. They're bringing something new to Reality Wrestling. I like new competition, new blood.
New competition, new blood. Kirby Carry-On, you are the historian. Let's talk about the rivalry these two teams have had as of late. We saw at the One Night in Vegas extravaganza at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. These two teams did go at it. That was Fly Def's first match back as a team. They got the victory there. And then in our special Christmas edition at a George R. Brown Convention Center show that we had here recently, again, Fly Def got the victory over La Familia. What do you see going into this contest tonight between these two teams?
Honestly, La Familia hasn't really looked the same as of late. They have looked like they're, not clicking on all levels like the way that Fly Def has. So if they want to try and beat somebody like Fly Def as tenured, as experienced, with everything that they've got behind them, they're going to have to find that next gear, because lest we forget, both of these teams are both former Reality Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Absolutely, and here we go, a sign of respect here in the early goings. These two teams, again, all about the respect. And we're going to be in for a great contest. This is your main event this week here on the Reality of Wrestling, Fly Def versus La Familia. And you'd have to think, Nick Holiday, the winner of this match, could conceivably be next in line to get an opportunity at Culture Inc.
Well, that's exactly why I'm here, man. And like you just said, that's a testament to the tag team wrestling here at Reality Wrestling. It's the main event of this week's show. Tag team wrestling here at Reality Wrestling is more stacked than any other division that I've been a part of. And like I said, I'm just glad and grateful that Booker T and Charmel has let me and Coach Inc. chase our dreams, man. We're just happy they let us be a part of this.
Well, a side headlock right there in the early going by Jonathan Vega against Zach Mason. Zach Mason, of course, the big muscle in the team, Kirby Carry-On, and he's had some individual accomplishments of his own.
They have, absolutely. Zach Zilla has actually won the Rise to Wrestling Royalty Tournament. He took Charlie Haas to the limit at Summer Champions last year, so he's going to be in a good spot here against Jonathan Vega to get this contest started.
All right, and look at that. Jonathan Vega, though, gets the early advantage here, using that high flying and a head scissor takeover.
Okay.
Of course. Look at that big clothesline there from Zach Zilla. Of course, Culture Inc., they do not shy away from any kind of high agility offense. Frequent tag here, or quick tag, I should say, to Warren Johnson. And now the double team move. Jonathan Vega had it scouted. Diego De La Cruz now makes his entry into there, the big drop kick.
Okay. But like I said, one thing that Booker T did teach us, man. One thing that Booker T did teach us is preparation is the only luck you'll ever have. So that's another reason why I'm out here today, to scout one of our potential new number one contenders for the tag team title. Hopefully La Familia comes through.
So I was just about to ask that. You took the words out of my mouth. Is that the outcome that you would like to see? You don't feel like there's unfinished business with Fly Def?
No. Well, like I said, the last show, you all saw Christmas Chaos. What do? We beat the biggest the biggest piece of muscle they got on their whole team, Zach Zilla. We pinned him 1, 2, 3 in the ring. I think that was it. That cleared the whole story with Coach Ring. We look at Fly Death in our rearview mirror. They're in the back of the line.
Big move there from Diego De La Cruz. I don't know if you would agree with that, Kirby Carry-On. Do you feel that Fly Def's in the back of the line?
I mean, you know, I'm all about keeping cover. I'm all about keeping it, you know, the historian's here for a reason because I like to see clean victories. I like to see the championships change hands in good ways. I mean, we play it back, Nick. I'm sorry, but there was a bit of interference there towards the end, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't say that. I would just call that 3 words for that. Viva la raza.
Yeah.
Paying tribute to the OG himself, Eddie Guerrero, Mr. Historian. Now, how many times you quote-unquote cheat to win all these championships then? If that was the case in WWE.
I mean, you do have a point there.
Kirby, you should stop insulting our guests, and you should stay woke.
Stay woke at all times.
At all times, and a big springboard, diving, elbow drop, cover, 1, 2, and a kick out there. Excuse me, Nick Holiday. You know, I mean, I thought that he was well-mannered.
That's why me and you get along just well, Brad. You are woke at all times, my brother.
Exactly. You have to stay at that, you know what I mean?
Like I said, I'm going to get this shirt. You see the shirt we got right now for the Culture T-shirt with the Toon Squad Coach Inc. holding none other than the Reality Wrestling belts now.
Well, I need to give me one of those.
I can put in a good word for you, man.
I appreciate it. As Warren Johnson heads up top. Oh, Diego De La Cruz trying to shake him off the top rope. And it ends Giri, Kirby.
And look at, here we go. This is going to be the Fly Def that we know, but Familia has had the answer so far. Will they be able to answer back once again?
Here we go, up and over. Jonathan Vega lands on Diego De La Cruz. And right now, Fly Def is all fired up. This is your main event this week on the Reality of Wrestling. Fly Def versus La Familia, number 3. Oh my gosh, and you know what, Kirby? Great double team maneuver there. You've talked about how La Familia hasn't really been on the same page as of late, maybe some miscommunication errors. They look to be working really well together right now.
This is the Familia that won those Reality Wrestling Tag Team Championships before. I think this could very well be their night.
This could be the night to punch the ticket and be next in line for Culture Inc.
Come
going
on,
for a quick cover. 1.
Come on.
2. Kick out from Zach Zilla.
Stay on him now. Stay on him.
How important is it, Nick, for a team to have that good flow of communication when you're in there or whether you're outside of the ring?
I'm gonna say it's very important because there's a lot of tag teams, as y'all seen over the years, that try to put together a overnight sensation and come out and try to challenge the former.
Cover, 1, 2, and a big kick out again from
They
Zach.
try to come and challenge the former longest reigning tag team champions, who we've defeated in Legion now. Now it's no overnight thing that you can just do. It's very important that you have that in-ring chemistry. That is important that you hang out with each other outside the ring, inside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Get the chemistry up. Like I said, with Coach Ring, we've been building that for the last 3 years, and we put that to form this past September when we gave Legion the business. We took them to the limit not once, but twice. We defeated the longest reigning tag team champions in history. And let's not forget, we even put such big cracks in their foundation. What happened last show, Kirby? They broke up. They killed the whole thing.
Cover, 1, 2.
And this is coming from a tag team that's been together for 2 to 3 years, man. And they got into the ring with Coach Inc. and we broke them up. We made them rethink even but being a tag team here at Reality Wrestling anymore. Insidious One took off her mask, slapped Sean, slapped Izzy right in their face and just said, I'm out. We did that. Coach Inc. is responsible for all of that.
Hey, you ain't never told no lie, Nick Holiday, as Diego De La Cruz now putting it to Zach Zilla. Zach Zilla been in there for a long time, Kirby.
He definitely needs to go for a tag. You see Warren Johnson on the outside, egging him on. He wants the tag, but La Familia is doing an incredible job of cutting the ring in half right now.
Oh my goodness! A kick to the middle of the spine that echoed throughout the hallowed halls of the World Gym Arena and a cover, 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5.
Yeah, Zach is a tremendous talent. The man do so big, he has muscles in his ears. But look, check this out. Last time he was in the ring with Coach, you know what we had him do, Brad? You know what they say?
What's that?
We made him bow. We made him say, I don't want none. We said, Daddy, I don't want none from Coach Inc. no more. That's what we made him say.
Well, right now, Zach Zilla isn't desperate. He is attacking a big German suplex. That might be his opening. Can he get to the tag?
Come on, La Familia.
Can he get Warren Johnson in there?
Right, there you go.
Jonathan Vega grabs the boot, and then another huge clothesline.
Look, I was there ringside. I seen him get that to Malik City. It takes the breath out of you.
Oh,
it takes the air out of you. Oh my goodness, good, smart thinking Smart thing by La Familia.
Fingertips away, Kirby, and Diego de la Cruz in the right place at the right time.
100%. That's when we talk about La Familia has it all figured out right now. Look at the backstabber.
That could be all. Ducky the legal man, Diego de la Cruz, cover 1, 2, and a kick out at 2.5. Not really even a kick
that
out.
wasn't even legal. He's not even a legal man. Shouldn't even be coming in there disrupting this great match. Warren, get back to your corner, man.
Diego de la Cruz, the legal man at the time, and now here comes the tag to Jonathan Vega. And Kirby, I really do feel as if Warren Johnson isn't tagged in here in the very near future, this could be all she wrote, and La Familia win this third encounter.
La Familia has been doing an incredible job so far of making sure that they stay fresh and making sure that Warren stays away. Look at this. Zach Mason hasn't moved since that backstabber. He got set up by both men in the corner here, and he's not even reacting to these shots. I think he may be out.
Oh,
there
my
you go.
Goodness.
Add insult to injury. That's what we're all about. Let's go.
Here we go.
You gotta keep your eyes on the ball, though. You can only do that for so much time. There you go. Stay on Zach.
Diego de la Cruz going up top right now. And it looks like right now we're going to be seeing a backdrop from the top rope, but Zach Mason is going to be breaking free. This is the opening that he needs.
So, Kirby, back to what you were saying earlier, as if you can't honestly agree with how we won the titles. I guarantee if the shoe was on the other foot, let's say Warren, I'm pretty sure he would have capitalized and did the same thing, just like he did last year, Brad, at Booker T's big in return. What was everybody talking about then tonight? Were they talking about Booker T's in return, his win with Fly Death, or will Warren double team?
It was Warren, but here comes Warren. You are right, Nick Holiday, but here comes Warren. The much-needed tag by Zach Mason and Warren Johnson. Fly brother Warren J. Giving everybody the business right now. Oh, look at that. Spinning back elbow.
Don't let him build up momentum. Come on, cut it off. Don't let them build up momentum now. Come on, La Familia.
We know how Fly Def is, too, when they get that momentum on their side. It is like the unstoppable force. Oh! Enziguri to the grill. Oh! Warren hits him again against the ropes. Oh, my goodness. Doesn't look like he got all of that one. Jonathan Vega, nevertheless, in a bad way.
Come on,
Cover
Vega.
1,
Come on,
2.
Vega. There you go. And that's exactly why we want to face La Familia. Look at the resiliency. Look at that. One of the best tag teams out here.
I will not argue with you at all, Nick Holiday. La Familia has always been a great tag team, even if they have been missing lately. Wait a minute. Diego de la Cruz
nice
shoving
interception.
Jonathan Vega out of the way.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
This could be all.
Fly Def's over.
Cover 1,
Let's go,
2,
La Familia.
and a kick out at 2 3/4. You want to talk about resiliency, Nick Holiday? That was pretty resilient.
I give credit where credit that was real resilient. And that's also a fact why we didn't pin Warren in the last match.
Look at this, La Familia going for that final shot here, but Zach Mason.
Oh my gosh! Knocked his head off. Johnson counters it into a DDT.
No.
Wait a minute, they're setting him up for it.
Oh no!
They're setting him up for it. There it is. Cover 1, 2, 3. Fly Def gets the victory.
Okay.
So what do you say, Nick Holiday? How about it? Culturing Fly Def 2.
Coaching versus Fly Def. This is what... Nothing was given. They earned it. Nothing was given. Boy. Nothing was earned. But look, okay, this is what they want. You want some, come get some. You better be big and bad enough to come take some. All right, Fly Def, you want to run it back? Let's go.
Well, Warren Johnson pointing at Nick Holiday.
You want to run it back? Let's go. All right. They earned it.
Well, now, these two teams have been battling back and forth for the last several weeks.
Okay.
Warren and Zach want to show their respect on a hard-fought battle. Absolutely. Just
wait, 1 second. What's going on?
Aiden Cristiano and the rest of La Familia now, they're beating down.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're beating down Fly Def. I guess softening them up for Culture Inc.
Lay it in.
But Kirby, what is going on here?
Aiden Cristiano coming out of nowhere.
What's going on? Is it safe to say me and 80K, y'all had a nice little conversation in the back. And let's just say he's also woke Kirby.
This is the Familia that we thought we left in the past, Brad. But it looks like the pack of wild dogs are back now.
Yes, sir.
Oh! Look at that.
What I tell him, Brad, I told him to stay woke at all times, right? At all times, stay woke.
Yeah, but you're in Big Holiday, and it looks like Eddie Cristiano and La Familia have no more respect to show for Fly Death or anybody else. Nick Holiday, I want to thank you for joining us here at the commentary table. For Kirby Carry-On, for our director Kevin Bernhardt, and our executive producers Booker T and Charmel Huffman. I am your host, Brad Gilmore. This is Reality of Wrestling. We'll see y'all next week.
Let it go. Bring a paramedic. If you get it, then I said it. If you dogging, I'm purebred. Out of way to leave you dead. And you can walk, just leaving headaches. Where you walk, keep on coming back. What it is, and see the